Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Team Fortress TV. We have a Week 7 game for you here from Season 32 of ETF2L, and it is the current top dogs, Se7en, up against one of the newcomers this season, the Theorists. And there are technically playoff permutations here. We'll have to see which teams will be solidifying their places in the top four. We're finding out which teams will take the lion's share of the points in this game. I'm Ceejay, and I'm joined by Prawn and Beta on the production. And Prawn, we've just been talking about these teams. Do you think it's going to be a close game? Is there a close game in store here?
Close is a tough call to make, but I definitely want to see some sort of kind of like attempt at an upset from the Theorists, because they have a position at the bottom of the table, but they will still want to be losing here.
Yeah, of course. There's pride at stake. You don't go into an official and just, throw in the towel. There's actually another game going on right now, which I believe is being cast on TFTV2, which is The Crever versus Swift.
Beautiful.
And there are, I can practice my French accent. So there is, like I said, some sort of playoff permutations here. So far this season, Ascent have dropped just the 1 point after getting a Golden Cap win in one of their fixtures, which means if, Se7en need to win this 6-0, a clean 2-map victory, no Golden Caps involved, and they will guarantee themselves top spot going into the playoffs. However, there is the chance of the Theorists actually getting into the playoffs. As far as I understand.
Slim chance.
Slim chance. If they 6-0 and Swift gets 6-0'd by the French side, The Crever.
Which, of course, is entirely possible.
What do you think? What would you, if you were the bookmaker here, Prawn, what would your odds be on that happening?
On Crever just wiping Swift.
So 6-0 from the Theorists against Se7en and a 6-0 for Crever.
Probably about the same as Leicester winning the Premier League.
Oh, cheeky. We know that happened. Yeah.
Might as well take a punt on it.
Starkey's in the server right now saying, is it time to throw to get you guys in playoffs? Oh,
it's that British solidarity.
Go see their brethren in the playoffs. But obviously, Se7en do come into this as the huge favourites. Theorists, in their first season, done fairly well. I don't think they're at risk of relegation because Monkey Mode sort of dropped halfway through the season.
And it's unlikely Crever are going to get points at all. So that's all that would stop them.
Yeah, so it's unlikely, but like you said, we've seen stranger things happen. Yeah. Who do you think is going to be we've seen some change in the roster here for the Theorists?
So we got Opti coming in on pocket for the Theorists. After Mongimo died, I think they found out that Geordie can go to land, so they just picked up Opti as a replacement, and he's definitely more than capable. He's got a lot of experience compared to the rest of his team.
I always thought Opti was not a soldier main. I thought he was like a demo main or a scout main, or maybe he's just equally adept to all of these classes.
It's hard to tell with the Frenchies because they change classes with each other so much. It's like...
Beta's just confirming he is a soldier main.
Thank God we have somebody who knows what he's talking about.
But obviously for Se7en, the same roster that they've had all season. Essentially the same roster they've had since last season, except for, Cadus missing out through injury and Domo playing. Would you agree that they're the team to beat right now? Ascent did drop that 1 point, and the game against Se7en was very close. They took a map off each other.
Absolutely. Ams has talked about it a few times, on his stream and in interviews. They're struggling against Se7en in scrims, so it does seem like at the moment Se7en have got the edge over Ascent.
Do you think that's a more mental thing, or do you think that's just experience and the synergy between the players? Because these players have been played around together for such. Raymond, Captain, Starkey, and Cadus. They've been around since when they were known as Reason Gaming. A long time. We're talking years. Do you think it's that?
I think it's definitely the synergy. Yeah, because I know that recently Kratos moved on to Flank Scout and they've moved Ams onto. The other way around. Ams is on flank, Kratos on pocket. So obviously they haven't worked out exactly what's perfect for them yet. Whereas Se7en, they know each other's strengths and stuff. They're basically perfectly aligned.
Perfectly aligned. Oh, okay. That does put things into perspective. When you come against the other teams as well, we got familiar names in the playoff places at the moment. We got the likes of Faint Gaming and Swift. Do you think those guys have an opportunity to tackle Se7en when it comes to the playoffs, or are they just not on the same level?
There's a little gap between those teams and Se7en and Ascent, but I definitely think that Swift and Feint have got it within them to cause an upset against Ascent.
Okay, so you kind of think it's a bit like a domino effect almost, like one can beat the next and so on and so forth. But we are ready now, actually. So we're going to have this game getting live. It's going to be Se7en in the blue, and it is going to be the Theorists in the red. Quick predictions, Prawn, on scoreline for this map on Granary?
I'd go with tentative 5-2 to the Se7en.
I thought you were going to say 10 something. Like Se7en are going to win this 10-4, 10-6, I don't know. But we do see Cadus actually taking the high ground here up on that crate. Not getting much damage down there. Mac has actually been the most aggressive, but the soldiers come in for Se7en. Now Doey just gets absolutely slammed by a combination of Starkey and Captain there. It doesn't look great for them though. Tiger's the last player alive, and he's actually behind them, so that's going to be a mid-fight win for the Theorists. Yeah,
it looked like early on Opti's bomb wasn't doing much, but he got a lot of follow-up from his team in case sort of got trapped in the corner and couldn't do much. We are going to be seeing Tiger trying to make a nuisance of himself though here, trying to sort of bring some players back.
Oh, he almost got the kill onto Mac there, which would have been huge, but Yihor is, he's got his buddy there, just going to make sure he stays nice and protected. And it is equal Ubers here, and there we go. Bit of a shock already with Se7en losing this first mid-fight. They are in their yard and they're being quite aggressive here, and there you go, Theorist trying to flank around into this side yard. Starkey, so much good damage down, but not many people to help him out. He does die because of it. Yihor getting very aggressive here, but I think Se7en might have to back up from Cadus. He's caught in behind, and Theorists have got 2 picks here moving into second.
Yeah, Theorists working this really well. They take a lot of damage, but they just keep kiting and heal back up and bring the damage straight back to Se7en. And it's going to put them in a position where they're going to be ready to push last.
Yeah, looks like they're going to go in
not much to go up against them.
Oh, Starkey with the snipe! Just walks out the spawn door, one shot.
Just drops Stilly.
That is huge. I mean, that's the clutch situation that you want, right? That's the kind of player that you want to turn up when it matters. And Se7en just start clearing up everybody else there. Yihor trying to go for a play on Raymond, but it's not going to happen. And that's just the big coin flip, isn't it? Just looking like you're gonna roll this into last, but Starkey pops up and has something to say about that.
Yeah, and it's Doey's a pretty emotional guy. I know he was very happy about that one. Just when his team are getting ready to win the first round versus Se7en, just bam.
Yeah, I mean that's a mental thing now as well. That's going to be in his head and definitely in the Theorist's head. And they are at about a 30% disadvantage here, so Se7en may be starting to turn the crank a little bit, starting to walk forward and make use of this advantage. But hey, it's Granary. You know how hard it is to push on Granary. You get those soldiers spamming the choke.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see how they do this, because they no doubt know they have this ad and they're going to want to use it, so see how they get in.
Captain actually gets spammed out there. They're struggling to push in here. They do pick up Yihor. But this Uber ad isn't looking like an Uber ad anymore. Yeah, about 10% left.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to actually get time for that. They're just going to, so a bit of a stalemate, try and get a pick maybe.
Yeah, in comes Starkey. Actually lands one rocket onto Doey, but it's not going to be enough to take him down. Picks up that health pack and he's right as rain. And I guess it's going to be the Theorists actually who look like they want to be the more aggressive. Se7en happy to just play it safe and just send in the one soldier. Maybe kind of just waiting for them to make a mistake and then pounce on it like they did on last.
Yeah, this is what we like to see from the Theorists. They get a pick on the flash there from left, and the force actually does come out from Raymond. Really great play from the soldiers on the side of the Theorists there. They light their double bombs.
It was really good, and actually most of it was done there by Opti. Landed the rocket at Raymond, and he looked him square in the eyes and was like, you know what, I'm not going to risk holding this for much longer. But you see how passive the Theorists are now. They're just saying, Se7en, come on. We're 2 down, see if you're going to, come on to us. And we've got this Uber to kind of work with here. But Se7en are being ballsy. They're not getting cap time. They've got positioning. It's about the Theorists whether they get a kill. They do get capped in. And they're actually pushing here through Garage. They might catch out Starkey. They do. That's 2 down for Se7en. And an Uber disad. Raymond has to back off here with Cadus. And we're back in a similar situation to how we were right at the start of the round.
Yeah, and 2 soldiers down puts Se7en in a really dodgy position here. They're not going to be able to contest second very well at all. They're just going to have to give it up. It's going to be an Ubad push into last here from the Theorists. They go in through right again. This time the sniper's still in shot, and Doey does pop in time.
He learned from the first round there. Doey actually dies there to Cadus' trap. And then Captain's going to pick up one. Starkey picks up another. This is not going well for the Theorists right now. The rest of the players are very, very weak. Af has only got 25 HP. Does get cleaned up by Tiger there on a 4 kill streak. Just cleaning up the rest of the players. Mac the only survivor, and he's all the way back waiting for the respawns of his team in yard. Raymond did die though there, Prawn, so we're kind of back to an even Uber situation, and it seems at the moment that's looking better for the Theorists.
Definitely, they've had the better of it so far. Kind of weird that Dowie just stood on the 6 there when his Uber ran out there.
That is true. I mean, you never know when there's going to be one of these plays to come in. I mean, we don't see any off classes at the moment. We did see Starkey obviously go sniper a couple of times on last, but we're not seeing anything at the moment to maybe break this. It's not even really a stalemate, and it's again, look at where the heals are for the Theorists, tanking those heals onto the soldiers, trying to take some space into Lunchbox. Starkey is just spamming them out there, making sure they don't get any ground, but it does look like the Theorists are being very proactive, not what you would expect coming from a team playing against Se7en.
Yeah, I definitely like this. They're brave and they're willing to poke and prod. They're not just going to sit there afraid of the Force. So hopefully they'll be able to work some way in second here. It's going to be difficult for them as Se7en have set up completely on the second point.
I mean, how would you break this down? If you're the Theorists, what's your go-to strat to try and get some space? Because it is a very tough position to break down.
Yeah, it's difficult for them. They like to do sort of double soldier bombs, big soldier bombs, but on a map like this, it's so enclosed, and you see one of them just dies to Ceejay up there, and they're going to have to back up a bit. If it was me, you don't really want to take a trade versus Se7en, but picks like that on Starkey can help, and they might be able to sort of send the soldiers for a sack through Lunchbox.
Do trade though. I mean, Opti did die in return, and it looks like Se7en want to take some space into yard, but they're in right yard, and Theorists definitely have the control of left yard as Mac gets launched into the skybox there. He's actually pretty weak, and Dowie not landing the arrows onto Mac. He might get picked off here because of it. He does. Demo down for the Theorists, and they are going to use the Uber as well. They're going to use it onto Af to try and chase, but it's going to be such a better Uber here for Se7en. Cadus the Lash on the chase. Tiger on a 5 kill streak now takes down left. And it looks like the gears are starting to turn here for Se7en. Onto middle now. Opti's going to get cleaned up, and the Theorists have to back off onto their second.
Yeah, it's scary there. Mac dies. Well, he goes low very early. He can't really have an impact on the fight, and they just get forced and drop him, and it's not a position where they can win the fight from.
This is now kind of a return, and as Captain just jumps through there, not scared. I'm not sure if he got launched or not, but he might die here. He is close. No, he doesn't escape. Yeah, and the Lash is also down, so Theorists, 2 players up here on equal Ubers, maybe tempted to put a bit of aggression through this choke.
Yeah, they lose players again. This sort of feeding is unusual for Se7en. They are going to lose mid off it as well.
Tiger's actually in here, but he's going to back away. May lose his fight to Af, but no. Af's not going to go for the chase, but actually they're coming in through choke now, and it was all a bait and switch. Mac has gone down, Cadus goes down in return though, so both demos out of this Uber, but the Uber is used much later by Se7en. Opti is hiding up top. Captain misses the first one, he gets an arrow!
Some cheeky rocks just going awry there. But the Uber is much better for Se7en, and there's not going to be many players up inside the Theorists to fight this, and they do just get cleaned up.
Tiger's on an 8 kill streak now, he hasn't died for quite some time. And he seems to be one of the players that isn't dying in these exchanges.
He seems to be the one consistent player not feeding, yeah. And this is a bit of a shame for the Theorists as they find themselves in the exact same position they were on the other side of the map.
Yeah, Dowie actually just respawning now. Raymond doesn't have the Uber yet, but there is so much time on that point. They're just swarming onto it. Tiger gets the 9k before the cap goes down. And like you said, it's quickly, how quickly it can go like that. You know, 1 minute there on their
one
last.
Of those maps, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, at the moment, other than Se7en kind of losing a couple of players and being forced back, they're playing it safe. They're not losing Raymond a lot. If they do, they're definitely taking Dowie down at the same time. So, I mean, it's looking all right for them at the moment, but Theorists definitely the ones putting on the aggression. We'll have to see how this mid-fight goes. Of course, they did win the first one. Mac actually not doing much, gets so weak because of those pipes. Can't get access to the health pack. That's the way. Just look at the bunch to choke.
The soldiers on the side of Se7en just go for a big bomb into choke and just damage huge onto the scouts, and they can't contest.
Opti takes down Raymond again though. Opti seems to be the one player who's consistently getting Raymond and being the one to make sort of open the door for Theorists to get some sort of advantage there. But it was that one sticky from Cadus on the health pack that meant that Mac couldn't get any
yeah,
heals.
that speed to mid is it's scary on this kind of map where they have a clear sight line on you.
It shows how effective and how important it can be. But now Theorist with an Uber advantage here, Prawn. Would you push in here against this very defensive Seven?
Personally, I'd try it, and the Theorists look like they want to. They got a scout up top, and the bomb is going to come in from Opti onto the crate, just trying to force Seven out. And they managed to get 2 picks at the end of that. That could be a roll over to the second point.
There was it was a funny moment there. Starkey was on top of the balcony, and he goes to shoot a rocket at Doey, and I think Doey even realised that Starkey couldn't get a second rocket off because he just crated. So slight fortunate there, but they do pick up the extra 2 kills, like you said. Captain and Tiger still down here, so this may be a free second unless the Seven decide that they want to get aggressive here and just start, start holding it.
Raymond is going to get his Uber on time though, and the Swans have come in, so it doesn't look like they're going to be able to take this to second. I thought that maybe they could with those 2 picks, but Seven are quick to recover.
Yeah, like you said, very hard hold to break down when you're set up. Uber in hand for Raymond, all of the players in position. Theorists maybe have to come up with something a little bit inventive here, maybe a banner, maybe a sniper, something, or just send in 2 buff soldiers like they tried to before through Lunchbox. I mean, it failed once, doesn't mean it will fail again. But Seven very comfortable at the moment, just in this position.
Yeah,
holding.
Kay's aware of that danger, and he's just put a sticky trap there again, so they are going to have to come up with some other idea. The banner idea might not be bad, because on this point, if you can get a sort of okay trade, the banners will be huge.
Yeah, Yeehor is just really far back, just watching drop down. Everyone just kind of seems to be in a sort of calm position before the trade goes in.
And they
It's
are
gonna
just
be
going to
Opti.
trade there. And
Opti's
not much
going
going on, but there is 1 behind. Seven look like they will clean them up quite early on there. It's going to be a net negative for the Theorists.
It is indeed, and you see the health on Seven, nothing to worry about at all. So this may be sort of the bait, maybe get the exchange out of the way, see if they can get anything done. Yeehor and Starkey do exchange on the flank, and Captain's trying to push through now. He might get caught out here, but no, Thalash is there for company, and this is where they start to walk forward. Left takes down Thalash, so they're just trading all over the place. Cadus manages to take down the opposing Demonman. Doey is on the run. He's in garage. He should be able to get out here. Captain and Cadus are trying their best to chase him.
Opti with the 2K in garage. They didn't see him coming. I think he was hidden on mid, but great couple of picks that stops his team being completely destroyed. It looks like they want to go back into mid here.
Yeah, they still actually control mid. They are the owners of the middle cap point right now, and they I mean, it's pretty much equal Ubers, but 3 down now. 4-7. Starkey goes down. Cadus and Captain on the respawn. Look how aggressive Leth is. He's all the way far forward.
Quick
so
bomb.
much to Raymond. Gets the force.
That was huge from Left. He did a skip jump over the side there. Manages to get the force. They are going to get a couple of picks for this Uber by the looks of it, but...
Yeah, Doey was 91% and died. That's very unfortunate. It was so close in the Ubers, like, about 10% difference, and normally in a stalemate situation you don't worry about that too much, but in a situation where you're getting the force and you're that close, Doey getting taken down is going to be a huge advantage here for Seven now. They have an Uber advantage, they have control of mid, and they've got 2 picks already, Prawn.
Yeah, another attempt at a bomb there from Left doesn't leave a scratch on Raymond, so Seven are going to have a healthy Uber advantage going into second here, and also the numbers add for now. It should be fairly simple for them to take second here.
Yeah, they're just being careful, just checking for traps. There is a trap just behind the second point, but they're capping it from a safe place, and Theorists know that realistically they can't do much to that. Just running in there and trying to catch someone out, and it forces them out onto last. They do still have this 25% ad. Doey only at, 80% now, all the way on the spawn door. And Seven, they want to contest this, Prawn.
Yeah, they're aware of the ad and they just go straight in, but right now, not much onto Doey, and he's just healing the scout in spawn. Can they get this in time? It does look like they can, and it's going to be blocked. On the point was 7 players just sort of scrambling to get out.
They do kind of just, kite it there. They managed to get 4 kills with that push, and because of that Uber, the only person staying alive was Af, and it's not going to be enough against the triple header.
I think
of
it
the
might
7
have
players.
been... I understand they wanted to get the Uber, but they gave up so much space and their players went so low before they did with the scout and the med in spawn. I think it just sort of... It just ended up in a position where the Uber just wasn't worth what they sacrificed for it.
Yeah, I mean, sacrificing 4 players, I mean, it doesn't matter how quickly you get your Uber. Once you've got that Uber and you're only 1 player up, it's very hard to win a fight once that Uber is over. And again, Mac taking early damage from Cadus. Cadus going the high route, managing to take some decent spam onto him. And actually it looks like Doey and Opti want to go far, like sort of deep left here. Mac's gone down early. But Doey is alive for the time being, and Seven kind of all cluttered up in one position here.
Yeah, the bombs from both teams not getting much. It's more the scouters and the demos sort of having a DM fight on the point here. THEORISTS gonna stay in mid here without getting a pick, and maybe Dowie wants to think about getting out now.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. I mean, 2 arrows will do it, Dowie. 2 arrows will do it, son. No.
Unlucky.
That was the possibility for Af to go, you know, absolutely ham there. He had the beam. There was 2 players, maybe within 1 meat shot each of dying. But the combination of Tiger and Captain is going to win that mid-fight. Despite Raymond dying sort of fairly early in that chaotic mid-fight, it does mean they're going to have uber advantage now, Dowie on the respawn. It's going to be about 35% for Raymond. And Se7en, you have to say, despite sort of a little bit messy at times with their transitions, with the uber advantages, they have been fairly clinical with them.
Yeah, I think it only seems so close because we're used to Se7en being so dominant, right? Even though they're 2 rounds up, we're still thinking, oh, this is a bit close. THEORISTS are contesting everything, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're not scared. They're not showing too much respect to Se7en, which is what you need to do if you're going to get anything out of this game. And, you know, they're holding in yard at the moment. They're at 60%, so they have to be careful. Starkey is in deep, looking to make some space, and the Uber comes in. Cadis is also in deep. They're on to Dowie. Dowie is dodging for the life of him, but he can't do it. Starkey's gone down, but the cleanup is going to come in from Thalash. Nice rocket by Opti. Actually, air shots Thalash and he dies.
That was a really nice shot. Thalash will be a little bit upset with that one. Never want to die to full damage. And they are just going to be able to take second off of that push here. They realised Dowie didn't have yet and just took the Uber straight in onto him.
That's just giggling to myself about, you know, getting air shot out of the Uber and just thinking, just medic, come on, give me a little bit more beam.
Come on, hit that arrow.
Yeah.
If anyone's going to do it, it's Raymond.
Yeah, but still, I mean, Se7en will take the net profit out of that. They're at 90% Uber right now. Yeehor is actually on the sniper. Bit of a better setup now for the THEORISTS on last. I feel, you know, they've got Af on the heavy, they got Yeehor on the sniper, maybe trying to get something done here. And Se7en going to use him from top, trying to focus that heavy. Yeehor's going to go back in through to spawn, change onto the scout, and Af's going to get focused down, but it's taking the entire Uber to do that. They're trying to get onto Dowie now, and just the movement from everybody else just cleans the team up there, Prawn. And like I said,
definitely. It looked promising at the start. Se7en weren't getting a lot with the Uber, but the THEORISTS gave up so much ground, and when it came to the DM fight, they couldn't have much of an impact because of their bad positioning.
I feel it's the movement, like, during the Uber. Like, you see them going across the top, Cadis and Captain, everyone just getting good damage on the heavy. Once that heavy was down, Cadis, he jumps all the way across to the other side of last. He dies for it, but he gets so much damage down, the rest of his team does the same. And it's just, you know, knowing who to focus. Those focus calls are very important. 3-0 now for Se7en. THEORISTS, can they win another mid fight? They seem to be doing better on the mids at the moment.
Yeah, Mac managing to take a little less damage early on mid here, rolling out from balcony. And there is going to be the crits coming out from Dowie, but it's not going to matter as he gets taken down by Starkey.
That is, okay.
I guess they're trying something new. 3 rounds down, they want to be aggressive, try something new, maybe cause a surprise, but if you've got crits, maybe worth being a bit more passive than that.
I mean, I understand maybe going for the crits play, but I feel what they've been doing on mid has been working. Like, they've been looking better on mid. They tried to switch things up there as Cadis gets headshot there by Yeehor, just slowing down that Se7en aggression. And it's going to give time for THEORISTS to just set up there.
Yeah, I was worried they were just going to come straight in, but they are going to come in through the left side now. Cadis sticky on spawn and cutting Mac off. There's currently a soldier still on pipes, but he's also going to get cleaned up as well. This is not looking great for the THEORISTS with 2 down already, and they're quite low in bad positions. They are going to just be a straight out DM fight on point with Se7en win.
It's going to be 4-0 now, and Prawn, this is where I ask you, is it going to be a 5-0 or can THEORISTS get a
Well,
get
I predicted 5-2, so I'm hoping THEORISTS come out with 2 big rounds.
Well, they're gonna maybe go for the crits play again. I don't know. They are actually starting
It's
off with
looking
the crits.
like it, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe they'll take your advice into consideration and just play a little bit passive. You know, keep Dowie alive so that you can actually use the crits, and maybe that'll catch Se7en out. But Thalash was spy at the early time there, so maybe they'll have spotted that.
Not much damage early here on mid. Both teams just sort of sizing each other up. Big bombs are going to come in now from Se7en, managing to clear up Mac, but Saki doesn't get anything, and it's still quite even here.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 down for Theorist, but everyone on 7 was pretty weak for a time there. Tiger is actually going to get taken down, and everyone is weak. And Yeehor and Opti and Af just combined.
Cadis is behind though. I don't know if they've seen him. If he makes a play onto Doey now, he can't do anything. He doesn't have crits. But no, he just uses to try and get out Garage, and the scout's going to chase him down. Starkey already setting up the sentry, but do they know they have crits? Probably.
I mean, the Lash was Spy. He was Spy in sort of on the rollout. Just maybe he was checking if there was a sniper, or maybe he was checking for crits. They might know. But I mean, the sentry
going to be on
the
the sniper as well, so it's going to be difficult for them to get anything with the crits.
Crits?
Kind of a weird choice.
I mean, they got Raymond, but they lose Doey, so they basically just. I mean,
Doey just says worth.
I mean, trading your medics. I guess.
Yeah,
Raymond is actually gonna have a later
you could get worse with your crits, I suppose.
That is true. I mean, they could have used and not got Raymond, but that was an interesting choice.
On the crits as well. Very brave.
Yeah, look at Tiger. He's building hard there. Just maybe they're aware of this, and maybe they're just they're just saying, hey, we don't actually.
Yeah, they're going to check it with Tiger and spawn.
Yeah.
I kind of don't like that mechanic, to be honest. But they probably were aware the crits was coming anyway, to be honest. So it is good. We're going to see if the Theorists can do anything with the crits a bit more impactful this time.
I mean, they have a lot of stuff to get rid of. Actually, no, Left takes down the sentry from Starkey. I was going to say that level 3 is going to be a big issue. The crits comes in. They're going for Raymond. Raymond is dodging. The sentry has gone down, but everyone just dies for the Theorist. Af is the last one alive. Tiger is going to try and 1v1 him here. Actually staying alive for quite some time, but no, he's going to take him down with a little help from his friends.
I don't even need to say anything. Doey's already said it in chat. Worst crits I've ever seen in my life.
They didn't really get anything with it, did they? I mean,
no, they also lost Yeehor really early to a trap on the shutter, which never helpful, and Cadis just bombed over and brought the damage in.
Yeehor's on Spy though. They got double Spy. Leth and Yeehor are both on Spy. So you got Yeehor on mid near the health pack, and I don't know where Leth is actually.
Definitely still taking this seriously, of course. I think they might have maybe been looking at results elsewhere and they're not trying as hard, but we don't want to see that. We want to see a competitive game.
Mackie with the 2k though takes down Thalash and Cadis. So they've got 2 picks, but they also have 2 spies. So it's kind of like
that maybe evened it out. Neither spy gets anything onto Raymond either.
I mean, I don't know how much TF2 people have played, but generally the spy is pretty good because you can insta-kill people with the knife. Just revolvering from a distance isn't what I choose to do. But
well, maybe if they'd both done it at the same time, it would have been huge, but it never happened. And the Theorists are going to be in a bad situation here. They do manage to force the over, but they're all going to die for it.
That air shot, though. Great rocket there, but it's not going to be enough. And 2 alive here for the Theorists.
Yeah, it does look like a bit of a foregone conclusion at this point, but Raymond going to be building the Uber and they're going to get ready to do a dry push.
I mean, at this point, I don't know what Theorists are going to come out with here, class-wise. I
think they just want to end it quickly.
Yeah, just want it over.
You've still got another map to play, lads. Come on.
Snakewater may be their map. Maybe that's, they're just saying
Granary. Actually, yeah, they're hiding strats for Snakewater. That's it.
I mean, I think once we got to double spy, I think that was maybe a stretch too far. But it's 5-0 for 7. Maybe not surprising for many people. Still about, 7-8 minutes on the clock there. But I mean, it wasn't easy sailing for them, was it? I mean, at the start.
No. At the beginning, we definitely saw the Theorists taking hold of the map, but they made a few too many mistakes in their last pushes, weren't able to capitalize, and 7 sort of worked themselves into the game and just took this dominance.
Yeah, it's just playing that patient game, not panicking when things weren't going their way. I mean, even, getting pushed onto last when they had a massive Uber disad. Yeah. Starkey coming with the clutch play, just taking a look at the logs, and you just see some of the players
going
there.
Huge on the damage here. Compared to everyone else in the server, he's a monster.
I mean, 390. Highest to him is, Cadis, just under 290 himself. So, I mean, that's over 100 DPM. Higher than anyone else in the server, but I'm more looking. I mean, medic main. Looking at the deaths, Raymond with 6, and then there's 3 other players on 7 with less than 10 deaths there. Captain and Thalash with 9, and Tiger with 8. So, I mean, they were just staying alive. They weren't feeding players. They were going in for a force, but it just felt like in the fights they were just more cohesive when they were cleaning up.
Yeah, you can see by the lower amount of Ubers they've used, they're less aggressive when they're in stalemates and stuff, and they've also got a lot less kills on the map, 98 to 55.
I mean, 2 drops from Dowie. I mean, the first one was the snipe. I don't know when the second one happened.
I can't remember either.
No. Anyone in chat can remember when the second Dowie drop happened?
Wasn't it when they tried to push in to last as well?
I'm
sure somebody is wise enough to have clipped it.
Yeah, potentially. But yeah, I mean, pretty tough game for the Theorists all around. I mean, they showed aggression, they showed promise at the start. They won the first mid-fight. They won a couple of the mid-fights, I believe. But in the end, like Se7en, I guess the experience just showing. For me, for you, who do you think needs to kind of like step up maybe for the Theorists? Is
definitely Mag for me. I know Downman can be difficult on Granary, especially when you're getting beaten to mid and things, but I think he's just getting picked out a few times, and I saw a couple of times Captain was just able to bully him, not really respect his sticky traps and stuff. So we'll definitely be wanting to see a bit more from him on Snake, because we know he can do it. He's done it so far this season.
Yeah, he's had some amazing games this season, actually. But I mean, moving on to
Snake
Snake
actually go 3 for 13. I didn't notice that, but yeah.
3 for 13. Yeah, I mean, 130 DPM. Like you said, if you're getting beaten to mid by one of the fastest demo man of all time, it can be a struggle to make an impact. And I suppose a lot of the Ubers he's not really involved in them. From what I saw, it seemed to be more kind of Opti getting those Ubers and getting forward and trying to get the medic. So that might explain some of those stats. But Snakewater hasn't been played since the start of the season. Do you think they have a bit of a better chance on this map? Perhaps do you think this is more suited to their style?
This map it's definitely a lot different to Granny. But I wouldn't really say it favors the Theorists more. If anything, I'd say less. It's very difficult to push last and push out of last. But if they can come up with some strong mids again, like they did on Granary, because we know their soldier bombs are good, so if they can do some of that good aggression on mid, maybe they can get at least a round or 2.
That is true. I mean, like, the mids do favour the aggression slightly more, but obviously Se7en are going to be aware of that. They're going to know that, maybe that's going to be more likely thing to come out. I think
there's also the sniper factor as well. I think Se7en have definitely... This is a more sniper-friendly map, and we know Se7en have got 2 nutty snipers on their roster. Maybe even more.
I mean, there's a lot of sniper potential. Like, we got Yeehor and Af on one side, and then, Starkey, Tiger, Thalash.
I know Af and Yeehor are good. I just place Thalash at that a little bit higher pedestal.
We didn't see the Thalash sniper in that game, though, to be fair. We saw Starkey a couple of times.
I think Stark was just in a better position in spawn to be able to quickly change off. But yeah, Stark is also quite a sniper to be feared.
Be interesting to see if that comes into play, or whether Se7en are just going to... I mean, they went fairly cookie cutter, and it's something I... earlier on in the season when Se7en played Ascent, I remember at the end of the game I asked Kados after cast, do you like going sniper on product? Is that something you've thought about doing? And they just like to go cookie cutter. And even on
I don't blame them, with the soldiers they have and how much space they make for their team, you don't really want to sacrifice one of those, even if one of them is Starkey.
I mean, would you allow them to be unleashed at any point if they were to ask? We just say, hey, you know what, you're some of the best scouts in the world. Just stay on those guys.
I'd say for them, they're definitely the only team. Even though they have great snipers, I'd say stay away from that strat just because of the credit factor. Because that strat isn't going to work versus Ascent, their main rivals.
That is true. Maybe that's something to... Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying we've got to come up with our own strats and try and do it that way. But obviously focusing on this game, Theorists, I mean, do you think mentally they may have kind of... I mean, obviously at the end of the game when there's a few minutes to go...
It looked like they'd clocked out early, didn't it?
Yeah.
Double spies, not really trying to keep their men alive too much, but that might have just been the psychological effect of being down so many rounds. It might come out as some more normal play here.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they'll just shake themselves off and say, hey, yeah, let's go. It's Snakewater. I mean, what do you feel about Snakewater? We haven't seen it since the start of the season. It's been that map that you kind of play in week 1 and then don't play again until the final week.
It's a weird change because we used to Badlands being that map. So
Yeah.
it's kind of nice not having to play Snake 2 times, to be honest, because it can be a taxing map. Like, it's so hard to push out into second just because of the backcap capabilities and everything. And the mid can be really difficult, especially as pocket soldier, just because of how easy it is for people to get damage onto your medic.
Yeah, I mean, Snake is a map that you can kind of play this passive. You kind of play this passive rollout on the balcony or Smurf or whatever you want to call it. But it does mean you don't get very many heals to certain players on your team. So it's kind of a baity
It kind of leaves your demo out to dry a bit.
Yeah, so I mean, like, it's better to be in that more dangerous position, right? And give the heals to your demo, but it's going to risk your medic dying. But we are going to be going live now. Se7en are still in the blue, and the Theorists are still in the red. Se7en winning that first map 5-0. Can the Theorists get around it in this game? Prawn prediction, do you think they can?
I'm going to have to go with the 5-2 again. I'm forever optimistic. I want them to get 2 rounds.
2 rounds, okay, 2 rounds. And we do see Cadus being aggressive on this far side. And
yeah,
Starkey
a lot
counted.
of aggression.
Oh my gosh.
But it's not completely worked out for them. 2 players having to back out into kitchen, and it's going to be a bit more of an even fight now. Oh no, Opti does get cleaned up into garage, and the bomb comes in onto the Theorist combo. But again, they've still got control of this mid.
I mean, Mac just got absolutely eliminated there. I think both rockets were directs from the 2 soldiers there. And if you lose your demo that early in the fight, it's very hard for the rest of you to kind of get in there. But yeah, Se7en winning the mid fight, but Doey survives. Equal losers now. Not a disaster. And now they can see what they can do on second. Ceejay on the grass. He's probably going to tell his team, hey, I'm being chased by 2 scouts. I need some assistance. As Tiger and Thalash are extremely deep here. That's going to give space for Starkey to get under.
Going for a bit of a play through Africa here. Does manage to get a scout, and he's going to probably go behind and be a bit of a nuisance.
He always used to do that as scout, and he just plays in a very similar way as soldier.
Yeah, he's very comfortable behind. It makes space for his more passive teammates.
He gets Mac. He gets Mac lurking behind. He manages to take down the demo man, and Se7en, without having to pop their Uber, now have control of second. They might push this into the last ball.
Yeah, with Mac down, they're just going to go straight in. Soldier onto the crate, manages to force the Uber. They're just going to back out and wait for the super to fade before they repush through right shutter.
I mean, they do lose Captain early on, but they got so much cap time right now. That was just gorgeous how they went through. I mean, Captain almost survived with this really cheeky jump. And he gets pistoled down at the last second, but with 5 players up and an Uber coming into last, that was as clinical a push as we've seen all day.
Clinical. And one thing we didn't really mention about Snake War is this big open grass there. It just gave Se7en there the space to walk in without using their Uber and just put all kinds of pressure onto the Theorists.
Do you think it looks like a more passive mid from Theorists here as they're kind of going in through the drop down area?
And Se7en does choose to drop down though, and he's going to get bombed, but no damage there from Captain, and it doesn't look like Starkey's managing to get much easier. Cadus cleaned up on the point, and it does look like Se7en there kind of nervous with the scouts here, having to clean up a player behind, and Starkey's bomb again not working out. It's going to be mid for Theorists.
Tiger's lurking in behind. He's going to go in. Starts to go for the demo, and he's actually getting minced up there by Ceejay and Af. The meat shot's just hitting him square in the face. Se7en actually pushing back here. Technically, this is still a mid fight. The cap hasn't gone down yet. And Se7en showing no fear, but Af manages to take down the Lash, and Raymond hasn't tried to run away there.
It's dangerous there from Raymond. This is something Se7en like to do. If they've got their scouts up, they like to still be aggressive if they have Uber, but it hasn't worked out for them there as they lose a couple of players late, and it's going to give Theorists a chance to push into mid here. Second, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Theorists just kind of winning that mid fight just off of the aggression of their players, getting in behind and just making Se7en look in multiple directions at the same time. And maybe a prediction, Prawn, of them getting around could come into realization.
Change my prediction. 5-1 to the Theorists. Come on, let's do it.
I mean, I like how you're saying 5-1 and not 6-1. That's confidence.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to get that final round. It's going to be really close.
I mean, Se7en don't look like they want to push out here. Tiger is on the NG. He's got a level 2. Nearly a level 3 up, close to the spawn there, so...
Well, they are going to push right through the trap. It doesn't get death for the first soldier or the second.
Leth is in on the sentry. The sentry does go down. But, oh, Raymond drops!
Where did that... Oh my god.
I was
standing around
Mac.
the middle there and I didn't see it, yeah.
I was looking at Mac and Leth, but it was Opti. He just comes in, he just swoops in, and bang. down goes Raymond. First drop from him.
Just the amount of aggression there, the 3 players it created so much chaos that Raymond just ended up in a position where he got absolutely destroyed.
Uber advantage now for the Theorists, and they're coming back into second. Big deep bomb there from left. Cadus down to about 20 HP.
Yeah, Flash is sniping from the lobby here, so the Theorists are kind of cautious to get on point as they know he can drop their med anytime.
Dowie with balls of steel though, he just walked straight across. He wasn't caring, and his team looked like they want to be a little bit aggressive here.
A little duck there from Dowie as he walks across the sniper sight line. Luckily, Flash wasn't looking, and they're going to look to push through lower here. Ubering straight in.
Yeah, they don't
Not
have
getting
Mac
much,
for
but
this
the point time does come in. It's forcing Se7en to play the point here, but with the heavy, it's going to be a difficult ask for the Theorists to win this.
Yeehaw gets a ton of damage onto Raymond. Can Af finish off? He does. Managed to take down Raymond, and the Lashes also got good down. They're going to get this.
Really good from the Theorists. It looked like that fight might be going a bit south for them, but their scouts really pulled out some sort of Yeehaw distracting on the left, and then Af just going a bit crazy.
I mean, Mac wasn't involved in the Uber. By the time he got in, his one contribution was a pipe onto Captain to get the kill, and then they get the cap. So, I mean, that's a pretty efficient way to arrive after the Uber. But another mid-fight here, and Se7en didn't look super comfortable last time. Looks like Theorists wants to do something similar to what they did before, Prawn.
Yeah, and the same bomb is coming in from Starkey, again gets denied. Looks like their soldier system running out of ideas here. And again, they both just jump out, but there's no positioning at all for the Theorists, and Cadus is just going to walk them out. Bomb from Opti also fails at the end there. But Dowie does get out at least.
At least, yeah, it seems we're saying that a lot here, at least. Although they are on the chase here. I mean, Dowie's the last one alive.
That was a close one there. If he hadn't had that early max spawn, I think Se7en might have just gone all in.
Yeah, but they look like they still want to come in here. They haven't even capped second, and they're already pushing into last. They know that Leth is down for another couple of seconds, trying to get some pressure onto the spawn door. They actually have control of this far side of the map already. Maybe trying to make a play onto Dowie, get some sort of force beneath the Lash.
Raymond gets dropped! And the pipe coming over onto Flash at the same time. I was just about to say, taking left here, like, it feels safe, but the longer you're in, the more chance that somebody's going to get killed, and Dowie goes down as well. What is this?
That was really painful to watch. He was hiding on the shutter door. He was holding on shutter door, and then when someone opened it, he just ran in and two-shot Dowie. I mean,
yeah, it's what we like to see from Tiger.
Just hitting those shots. I mean, how demoralizing must that be? You get the hype of just getting a 3K onto Se7en, including dropping Raymond, and then as you try to push out, it all goes wrong.
Cadus is going to be sticking up point already as well, and the point play coming in from Captain, forcing the players down onto it, and there's the kills they need to win the round.
I mean, Dowie went NG and then respawned on Pyro once his sentry went down, so I mean, it's a legitimate strat to try and get things done, but that's very, very much cause of a desperation play there. And yeah, Theorists have to pick themselves up there. That must be hitting them hard mentally to have
they
that
can still win 7-2.
It is still possible. There's still plenty of time. Still over 20 minutes to go. These mids haven't been the worst thing in the world, although the last one was fairly
weak. It looks like
they're
a bit delayed here to get sort of big soldier ones onto Raymond, and he dies very early. I think we've got a pause out here.
Yeah, it looks like a pause.
Or it looks like maybe it's server problems. Please tell me this is anti-DDoS server.
We are... Well,
yeah, well, we're having some server troubles here, but it does look like the Theorists have managed to win this mid. Lots of early aggression straight onto Se7en's side, managing to take down Raymond. Se7en just weren't ready for it.
No, I mean, that was totally different to how they operated in the previous mid-fights. They just got their soldier straight in onto Raymond. They didn't go kitchen, they didn't go behind to go to Saw. They just went straight on to the medic. And they managed to get Raymond early on. But Dowie did die, but it does look like, when you take a look at the players who are alive, Captain, he's less than 150 HP here. Tiger's behind on the point, but he's only 87. You'd think that a buffed AF, full HP Yeehor and Mac lurking over in the corner should be able to finish up those two and maybe be a mid-fight win for the Theorists here.
Yeah, the scouts are chasing Captain though, so Tiger could be a thorn in their side. He is a monster DM scout, so I wouldn't completely bet against him to at least get maybe 1 or 2 picks here.
I mean, you never know. You never know. That's the thing with games at this level. I mean, you see a 3v2, you see the HP advantage, you see the positional advantage, but you never know when someone's
But
just going
it's
to go
Tiger,
absolutely
isn't
mental.
it?
Yeah.
And I don't think they're aware of him. That's the biggest factor for me.
I mean, he's got his head is on fire. So, I mean, the fact that he's managed to lurk behind is an achievement in itself. But yeah, I mean, if he was to sneak up and land a couple of meat shots early on, that could definitely swing things in his favor. I mean, we've all
can
seen
at
that.
Least get Mac.
Yeah, we've all seen that clip of Bevan, on Snakewater.
Yeah, yeah.
Where it's like a 1v6.
I loved Bevan.
It's back to the old
lovely
days.
aim to watch.
But it looks like we're going to be getting a new STV, some issues with the server. We'll try and, I guess teams will try and sort it out to make it fair. Maybe just replay this mid perhaps from 2-1 with 20 odd minutes left to go. But I mean, theorists are definitely showing some promise here. I mean, getting around to begin with, and decent plays on last. If it wasn't for the fact that Tiger, managed to get that drop onto Doey, that could have played things out very differently. Do you think they have it in them to get another round here?
They definitely have it in them, because we showed from that mid they've still got strats, they've still got big aggressive soldier bombs they can use, so they're not out of this yet.
Yeah, I mean, like we said at the start of the stream, Se7en, now with another 3 points in their pocket, do need to get an additional 3 points to guarantee themselves top place.
Yeah, and that first place might not seem super important, but it changes your seeding in the playoffs. It's the difference between playing a better team or a slightly worse one.
Yeah, and it gives you the map advantage at certain times, I believe, right? In the deciding. Not sure if that counts.
It's whoever wins the upper bracket gets the map advantage in the final.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely has an impact on that, yeah. Because Se7en will obviously want the easiest route to the final they can get.
Absolutely, you definitely want that kind of any advantage you can get in games that can be as tight as they can be. I mean, just to say what happened after the server issues finished on this server we're currently on, Tiger was behind, and it was ? Tiger baiting ? Tiger says, "No, I'm owning." But yeah, we'll look for something different here, I guess. But I mean, theorists as well, they'll probably want some points at least to, be a bit of a badge of honor, I guess, to say that you took points off Se7en during the course of the season.
Definitely. And for all they've done this season to sort of make themselves look like Prem quality players, which I definitely think they have. We've seen some big performances from players like Yeehor and Lef, and Doey's definitely had some interesting strats that he likes to use and stuff. So we definitely want to see these players in Prem next season. So I like them to go out with a bit of a bang.
Yeah, just leave their mark on the season. Just say, hey, remember us. And like you said, I mean, you're talking about LAN, so they are confirmed to going to Copenhagen.
Yeah. I'm not sure if the theorists are, but if they've replaced a player because of LAN reasons, I'm assuming that means they are.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume it's not just iSeries.
I just can't 100% confirm.
Well, it'll be interesting to see them because we do have a lot of high-profile teams going to LAN. We do have the likes of Se7en, Ascent, Feint, Swift as well, I believe.
Yeah, Swift running a fundraiser, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there'll be, a number of top Prem teams going, so it should be a very interesting LAN indeed, with a pretty huge prize pool as well. So not only do we get to see the culmination of this season over the next few weeks, give it a couple of weeks more, and then you'll be able to have some LAN gaming as well.
Yeah, and the delay should be over pretty soon. They're just getting the server sorted out here, changing the scores, and then I imagine they're left playing we get mid. I'm not sure if they're going to agree to that.
I mean, the Lash says yeah, so
I think he might be a bit taking the mic. Let's see what happens anyway. Se7en might be benevolent and think, you know what, they go into that mid.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens.
And it looks like the theorists are just sort of setting up. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
like because
Se7en have been given the mid.
After what we saw, there was another 90 seconds of game time before the server actually died.
And Tiger won the fight.
In the long term, yeah. So Se7en are in control of mid now. We are at equal Ubers though. 75% each, about to reach that 100 mark. Is this the time when we start to see some off classes maybe?
Perhaps, yeah, because this second can be a bit tricky, but if you've done maybe creative bombs from Starkey before that.
Yeah,
he's definitely got a few things up his sleeve. We've seen some big bombs from him this season.
I mean, I always wonder, am I going to see something I've not seen before? Is he going to come up with something brand new? Just looks like Se7en, they've got all of their players on the side of Sword, just kind of pressuring it there. And, you know, last time they just sent 2 scouts on grass, didn't they? And Starkey was able to get in behind that way and get a couple of kills. So, you know, they're definitely utilizing everybody on their team to try and make that space and allow their roamer to get in and make a play.
I'm not sure what's going on. Lots of nonsense talk from the theorists in chat, but nothing really going on too much, and it's just going to be a mid-second stalemate. Hopefully, Se7en try and do something, and they do try and send Starkey in, but he doesn't really get much for his struggles.
Yeah, Lefty does go down though, so kind of going in for a play himself. Gets taken down by the stickies of Cadus.
Oh, let's see the Starkey spy, come on. I love it.
Ooh.
Where he just uncloaks after being cloaked for about 5 minutes and kills everyone.
I think the last time I saw Starkey play Spy was I-61 maybe? When he killed someone on Spire?
Yeah, that was an insane clip.
Yeah.
He's disguised, well, hidden for so long, and then he just goes crazy. But yeah, we are going to see the Flash Sniper instead.
And we're going to see the Leth Spy actually. So Leth is on Spy for the Theorists. The Lash finally picking up the sniper rifle for Se7en, and this is the moment.
Bad
yeah.
timing for Flash.
I mean, this means Leth can now say to his team, "Hey guys, they have a sniper." And, well, Mac knows now because he just took a bullet to the head.
Yeah, and that's going to open it
down.
up for Se7en as well. They're probably just going to push straight through Saw here. Captain getting through basically for free, no damage onto him. This is a bad position for Doe. He's going to get forced. They're probably not going to get much for this. Oh, Raymond does choose to pop. I don't think his team were ready for that, and it's going to be difficult for them to get anything from their Uber as well.
Doe is so weak. Oh no!
The spy's coming in as well onto the point, and they've not noticed him. Oh no! He turned around just in time, but for a split second there, Raymond actually believed his disguise.
I mean, he got about 4 shanks, so I mean that's a little bit of damage, but no backstab there. Opti goes down. Yeehor says, "Hey, you know what? I can snipe too," and takes down the Lash. Is it going to be enough here? The Theorists on the respawn. They got a pyro. Doey's on the pyro. No buffs on them for that reason, but it is going to be another round to Se7en. It does say 1-0 in the server, but it does mean that it's 3-1 after the server change there.
Yeah, Doey trying to be sneaky and erase some of the rounds in his head. But Af does confirm it is 21 to the Theorists, as I thought.
Oh yeah, definitely getting more rounds on the board this map. But I mean, it was just not just the snipe from Thalash. Once they got that snipe, they were just so aggressive there. Se7en. See, Leth launches him a nice rocket from Opti, takes him down. A nice little wall shot there. He may go down as well, but he's actually just behind. And Doey is okay. Doey's not alive anymore.
It's almost a carbon coffee, man. The double bomb, huge damage. Raymond down. Then Tiger is behind. Though this time, I think it might have been Flash. Yeah, it is Flash behind. And they are going to clean up the rest of the Theorists. It looked promising at the beginning, but it all just fell apart a bit. And we are going to be seeing the spy and the sniper.
We
have secured the control point.
I mean, Raymond died earlier, so they do have about a 10-15% Uber disad. It's not too much if you build hard, but sniper and spy. I mean, this is a strat I've seen done before. It's totally possible. Yeehor does actually pick up Starkey, so no cheeky plays coming from him, and Leth looks like he wants to lurk around on grass, so I don't know if he's going to wait for them to push in, or actually he's going to be behind them.
He's going to be going Saw behind them, but he's going to be spotted by Flash. No! They believe his disguise again, and he gets Cadus. Oh dear, they fell for it the second time, and this time it's going to punish them.
He's just so believable. It's his natural class, clearly. But Tiger's now behind. He's actually might be picking up the Mac
doesn't
here.
have here. But so many missed shots from the scout there. But yeah, the bomb does come in, and they're gonna get absolutely minced in Saw.
The Lash I'm sorry, not Thalash, it was Tiger who went all the way through grass, all the way behind Saw. So when that Uber was over, it was like, oh hey, we got another scout right behind. Dowie is still dead. We'll see if he respawns on Medic or something else. But Mac, with the pipes, takes down Raymond actually, so that's going to stun any sort of push from Se7en here. Tiger trying to make a play on the point, going for the Medic, but no, not going to get anything done.
This is push out territory, even though they have a sniper. If anything, it's going to work in their favor and make them more space onto second here. Just Cadus in. Very dangerous, but manages to slip out.
Captain's lurking around in cheese. I'm not sure if they know. Max throwing some stickies,
I think
so
they've seen him, but his bomb is going to come in now. It's really high strength to Dowie. Dowie is going to get killed.
Opti though again. Opti gets Raymond. Just came in onto
they
grass.
always trade that medic frag. It's pretty impressive, to be honest. I wouldn't expect it every time.
Ooh, that was a filthy shot from Starkey. Takes down Yeehor as he tries to rush him onto the point. That's going to make it 4-1 to Se7en. I mean, I agree with what you say. Like, they'd keep trading the medics. Opti seems to be so efficient and actually getting the medic every time that
but they
Dowie's
lose
going
so
down.
much else in the fight. It just
It's
ends up
everybody
in a
else, isn't
position where it doesn't matter, yeah.
We do see Starkey on heavy. So we have a heavy to mid on Snakewall. I don't think I've seen that since
Obviously,
Luki.
still taking
So,
this seriously.
yeah.
It's a viable strat.
Maybe it's a land strat they want to test.
Oh, he's got the combat slab as well, so he's going to be doing big damage from range here, as you'd know as a Highlander expert, of course.
Do you know what I loved about that? Dowie was so deep, he was actually behind the heavy. So, you know, he was the closest to getting the kill onto Stark. Yeehor's still lurking though, so...
And he's even wearing the gibbous. There's so much disrespect from Stark right now.
Is that BM? Like, he's throwing the sandwich and
It's
picking
either
it up
BM
himself?
or he plays heavy so little that's the only hat he has that goes on heavy.
Could be. Which in itself is probably BM. Like, I'm going to play this class I never play. They still have the heavy. Starkey hasn't died. He's eating a sandwich.
They're not going to believe this.
Oh, no!
Oh my god! A backstab and a headshot in quick succession.
Dowie went sniper and got the medic.
And the direct hit is out as well from Opti. Oh, all the cheesy strats. They need to be worried about the players behind here, though. Yeehor does manage to kill Captain.
We have Mac on medic right now.
Maybe
no demo.
Dowie should have been on sniper all season. That was huge.
I mean, I'm just gonna say, I think most people could probably headshot a standing still heavy while he eats a sandwich.
Overrating his skill here, but
Dowie was the distraction,
moment,
right?
You know?
He was the distraction for Left to get the
The
drop.
funniest thing for me was that Left actually showed himself to the whole team and they believed his disguise again, and then he got the jump stab. How is this keep happening?
So we have Starkey is now on sniper, so maybe to counter the Dowie sniper, which is obviously a big threat right now. There's no demo for the Theorists though, so I'm not quite sure what they're planning on doing. Opti goes down and Raymond goes down to Left though, so they are getting Raymond again, and it's a crits. I missed Mac was on the crits.
Yeah, pulling another one out of the wacky tricks book. They go for the scout crits.
Tiger's lurking.
Oh, the sniper is going to peek it! Oh, misses his first shot onto the med though, and the scout's going to clean him up instead. This is a very extended garbage time, gotta say.
There's garbage time, and then there's your medic off-casting to sniper.
Mid, yeah.
Garbage time. Starkey with another headshot there, but we do see the direct hit on Opti as well. Sorry, just noticed that. So, Dowie with another headshot.
This time they were moving, so props to Dowie.
Yeah, and he's top fragging. Oh, nice rockets from Left though. Juggles up Raymond and then finishes him off. So mid down again for Se7en. It's not going to do his logs any good.
Yeah, the return direct hit coming out from Captain. He's not having any of it.
I mean, it's still 4-1.
Dowie's behind on the point on Cadus. Just body shot him twice. Who's actually playing mid for them again? It's Mac.
It's Mac on med, yeah.
I bet he's loving that. It's gonna be a dry push here from Se7en. I think
Raymond
it's
dies,
gonna go swimmingly for them. Nobody really contests them.
I don't think they care about the point at this moment. I think they just want to kill Raymond. It seems they're just going in for Raymond, and it's like, oh, we're losing the game. It's fine. We got Raymond. I'm going to see what's happening on the mid fight. So we got Thalash Spy to mid. No, he's not. He was just checking off classes, I guess. And actually, Doey's back on medic, and Mac is back on demo. So maybe we'll have a serious mid here.
Yeah, Mac is on sticky jumper though, and he's gonna go behind with it and run straight into the entire 7 team. You hate to see it. Chaos gets the 2k with his stickies there. And this mid is looking to be 7s to win.
I mean, yeah. I think if your demo launches in with the sticky jumper, actually, I've managed to take down Cadus. He just needs to kill 4 more. Okay, no.
I mean, like, the sticky jumper play is bad, but it's even worse when the entire enemy team seem to have predicted it.
They're gonna do something dumb. They don't have a sniper to move.
Yeah, just sit in Saul, wait it out. The crits is gonna be coming out onto Yeehor here, and manages to get captain. Don't think he's gonna get much more though. Oh, does manage to get Flash and Raymond with the pistol. Great work from Yeehor. When everything else is going crazy, at least he's still playing Scout.
Yeah, he's the one just tanking the crits there. I mean, Raymond was like 98, 99 there. That's gonna be feeling bad. But Starkey on sniper, just left. Says, you know, get off the point.
It's just a lobby at this point. It's not even a bug.
I think some of these people may get banned for excessive off-classing if this was a lobby.
Definitely get subbed in a bug, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, Opti there with the mini crit sort of air shot onto Cadus. So, you know, that's
Mac's
something.
gonna try again with that going behind. They got 2 people behind. Maybe working on the. Well, they can't work on the back up because they don't have mid.
Control point is being captured.
Maybe this is just the brain play. Maybe this is just sticky jumper demo should be the
I
meta
think
now.
brains were shut off about 5 minutes ago. I'm sorry.
They're pushing into last now. I'm not even going to bother looking at the Ubers because
It's still on mid trying to deal with these 2 people. I don't know what's going on. It's just going to be a last cap.
Leth actually did say, wait, don't cap, we have a proposition.
Oh, what were they going to do?
We'll never know now because they capped. That is it. That is going to... It says 4-0 on the screen, but that is 6-1 overall after the server switch. And, I mean, I was going to say, like, when it was 1-1, do you think Se7en were, like, worried at all? That, oh, no, we're going to actually have to, you know... You have to get a bit involved. Did the server switch help them, do you think?
Yeah. They purposefully got someone to break the server just to cut all that momentum from the Theorists and ensure the win. They were so terrified.
In reality, Se7en are going to be assuring themselves of that top spot with that 6 points that they needed to make sure they were just 1 point above Ascent going into the playoffs. And like you said, Prawn, I mean, that could be pretty decisive. Gives you the advantages, kind of higher seed and everything heading into the knockout stage.
Yeah, and it's just a positive note to end the season on top of the table, as they like to be. Everything is as it should be for Cadus.
Is that something like Thanos says? Like everything as it should be? That's
Alright, and all the gems in his gauntlet are just faces of his players.
I mean, it's going to be a little bit difficult to look at logs due to the switching of the servers. In the first sort of 11 minutes we had there, we do see Tiger top fragging 13-3. Trying to look at the second game.
It does look like we have Doey join us now for a bit of an interview.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
What was going on at the end there? Were you just done?
I mean, we didn't come in with especially high expectations, but
I can't blame
yeah,
you,
we had some
really.
fun. We had some fun, you know.
Why didn't you play Sniper at the start of the season? Do you feel you would have...
I mean, you know, I didn't get to bring it out in any officials because my team always yells at me and says, "Don't do
You're
that."
saving it for playoffs, right?
But I've got no, not Sniper. I do this thing where I go spy and then I back cap. And we don't have a medic, everyone feeds, and it's worked 3 times out of about 30 times I've tried it.
Is Dory talking about spy again?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we do have Yeehor join us as well now. How was that for you, Yeehor?
I'm pretty easy. We kind of rolled them, so don't really have any troubles.
Yeah, that's what we saw on stream as well.
Yeah.
Well, they were so fearful they had DDoS you, so...
Yeah, well, understandable. If I was in their position, I'd probably do the same.
But if we just
kidding,
cast our minds back a bit, though, to Granary, it did look like you guys came into it with some kind of a serious outlook. You were strong mid at the start of the game and you were winning. What do you think went wrong that you just sort of lost the grip on the map?
Nothing went wrong. It actually all went perfectly correct. We were there's no chance we really make it into playoffs unless Voikrever 6-0s faint, and we then 6-0-7. So we were trying at the start, but I had the match on my other screen, so I was watching it, and I saw they got 5-0'd on the first match.
Ah, okay. So you just
it didn't matter what happened at that point, because we can't get relegated, we can't make playoffs. So we had some fun with it.
Was there a moment on Snakewater when you made it like 1-1, and you were kind of like doing pretty well on the second, sort of the next mid fight? Did you think that maybe you could get a couple more rounds under your belt?
It doesn't really matter at that point.
I don't think we cared.
Okay, so if this game wasn't so much for you, probably better off looking at the season as a whole. How do you guys feel you did? Because obviously this is your first season in Prem. Was this about what you were expecting?
No, I thought it would be a lot higher level. It's actually pretty bad. Yeah.
Thanks.
That's kind of it. So I think like the one thing that I think happens to a lot of people is they go to Prem and they don't feel like they're a Prem player, so they're not ready for it, they're really nervous or whatever. I don't think anyone on this team felt that, because so we kind of came in with like a strong force, I guess. We could still compete with Prem teams, because
And you guys are planning to go to LAN, I assume, because you've moved one player over for it.
Yep. Why is it sad? Nevo says he can't wait for us to come to LAN, Ehor. He's so excited.
Yeah.
Watch me yell at everyone, like in live,
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Did you have anything else you wanted to ask Ceejay? Not sure what kind of answer you'll get, but
not really. Yeah, the double spy plays, the heavy to mid. I mean, there's so much running through my head right now. It's tough to. I mean,
they fried you, have they?
After LAN, you coming back next season? Season 33?
Probably not.
What, with these guys? I'm not gonna waste my time.
Really?
I'm not gonna waste your time. You should be better than you, Ehor. Calm down, man.
There's been like scrim nights where Doe's been like fucking praising me. I'll tell you.
Yeah, and then there's been the ones this week where I've been screaming my head off at you.
That sounds more like the norm. That's what I like to hear.
I don't know. I don't know if they're all going to stay together, but I'm probably not going to play next season because I don't really like the game that much. It's not that fun.
Excellent.
But I want to go to LAN once, compete once properly, see how it is. Have that experience. I played in Prem, got that experience as well, so it's great.
I have an important question. Is disguising as soldiers in demo just the new meta? Because Se7en fell for it every single time.
Honestly, Leth is just a phenomenal actor.
Did you guys...
He really is.
Yeah, he acts like he's fucking... never mind. I want to be nice today. Did you see Leth's trick step onto Raymond?
Yeah, where he jumped down, and then immediately Doe got a headshot
Assassin's
as well.
Creed. What tank?
Absolutely beautiful.
Left tank.
I think that's pretty much it from me, unless Ceejay has anything else.
No, I'm out of questions.
Oh, you guys got any shout-outs, Ehor?
Shout out to my new ETF2L reg post. ETF2L.org/recruitment/267859. Yeah.
Honestly, shout out to like every single Prem team. I thought there'd be a lot more like hostility, I guess, maybe. I don't know, you kind of got to prove yourself to play in Prem, but everyone was really nice, really willing to like just play against us and everything and play with us. And it was actually like really nice. So it was a really good experience.
Ceejay?
Oh, shout out to you guys for casting as well. Thanks. It's always nice to be casted.
Yeah, just shout out to the teams for putting on a good show. I mean, it was very entertaining, especially towards the end.
What game were you watching?
It was something to witness. I mean, I've never seen Double Spy work or not work, or
neither have I.
It was an experience. Let's put it that way. It was definitely an experience. I'm happy to have been here to witness it.
Okay. I think that's pretty much it for me. Shout out to let me think, Bread again. Sub to Bread on Twitch. That's pretty much it from us, I think.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you for watching. It's been Ceejay, Prawn, and Beta. We were joined by Doey and Yeehor from the Theorists for some interviews. Se7en did end up winning 2 maps to 0. They are going to be guaranteed first for the playoffs. Theorists don't get relegated because they couldn't anyway. And that's it. We'll see you for the playoffs starting next week.